Hi, this is Josh with Resort TV 1. Today we're taking a look at Dinoland USA at Disney's Animal Kingdom. We hope you enjoy the video. You can see it's a beautiful day here in Florida with the blue skies behind the Dinoland USA main entry sign there as you cross the bridge into Dinoland USA, which is how you enter all the lands at Animal Kingdom. And you can see Expedition Everest across the waterway there, as well as the Rivers of Light Arena. And the reflections in the water are beautiful today because the water's very calm and still. There's another shot of the Rivers of Light Arena across the waterway again. And there's the other side of the bridge, and the waterway just kind of bends around the corner there. And now this particular building here actually used to serve McDonald's French fries, but now it's just basically some bites to eat and different snack food items and things like that. There's another Welcome to Dinoland USA sign, as well as the Boneyard, which is a nice place where kids can play, and you can see what looks like a Brontosaurus skeleton there across the bridge that leads to the rest of Dinoland USA. The Boneyard is a great place for kids to play, and it has lots of fun activities for kids to get involved in. And they actually get to cross this bridge over into another area, which we'll show in a minute, and it's a lot of fun for them to just explore the different areas of the Boneyard. You see Chester and Hester's over there, and we'll take a look at that here in a few minutes. But for right now, here's the entrance to the Boneyard. And there are actually some very educational activities for kids to participate in as well, just showing them how fossils are unearthed and how paleontologists do their work when they're unearthing dinosaur bones. And so it's neat for them to learn while they're having fun. Excavation starting at 8 a.m. because Animal Kingdom was open at 8 a.m. today. Speaking of educational programs, here's another place where kids can learn about different things related to dinosaurs and fossils. And then we'll move along to Dino Bite Snacks, which is actually just another place you can get some snacks here in Dinoland USA. And we'll take a look over here to the left to Restaurantosaurus. You can see the old Airstream RV sitting there, kind of like it's just parked alongside a road somewhere along Route 66 or something. I think that's the idea. Across from the restaurant we're about to look at is a little pond area where you can see, I believe, a crocodile. It's either a crocodile or an alligator. And on the roof of Dinobite Snacks you can actually see the dinosaurs now. Looks like they have a cooler there and they're about to have a picnic. And there's the sign for Restaurantosaurus. This is a fairly large restaurant, and they serve mostly American-style food, hamburgers, chicken, things like that. So you can see restaurant, and then Osaurus looks like it was added later. You can see the lawn chairs and things on top of the roof. So the ambiance is really neat. It's almost like it's in somebody's backyard or something like that. So very informal and a lot of fun. You can see the clothes hanging up on the line, and the water tower that simply just says eat. And this is the back area of the restaurant, which almost looks like an old garage or hangar of some kind. So maybe a tool shed, I'm not sure, but it's really neat, the ambiance here. And this is a tent, which looks like it might belong to like a dig site where paleontologists might work, so it goes along with the dinosaur theme quite well. Here's another angle of the back of the Restaurantosaurus. And again, there's a lot of seating area in here, so generally, unless it's super busy, you can find a seat. And we're going to head over here towards Dinosaur, which is at the back of the Dinoland USA area. There you can see the ferns everywhere, which are prehistoric type plants, so it kind of adds to the ambiance of the area. The Dino Institute, by the way, is the theming for the dinosaur ride. The idea, if you haven't been on the ride, which I'm sure most of you have, but if you haven't, the idea is that you're at the Dino Institute and you're going to learn about dinosaurs, and the way that you do that is actually by going back into time. And you see the bones of what looks like a T-Rex here. And then at the front of the dinosaur ride you see the iguanodon, which is the main character of the ride, and the dinosaur that you're trying to go back in time to fetch for Dr. Seeker, who's one of the main characters in the attraction. By the way, this ride used to be called Countdown to Extinction. That was what it was called when it was first opened. But I think they thought maybe the name was too long for people, I'm not really sure. But either way, its name is Dinosaur now to let people know that this is a ride about dinosaurs. I love the blue sky in the background, by the way, in that last shot. The Time Rover is the vehicle that you go back in time in. Again with the blue sky, I just couldn't get enough of the color. contrast there on such a beautiful day today. And it's a beautiful pond here in front of the ride as well. There's a mock-up of what a T-Rex would look like, or a Carnotaurus. I'm not sure. The Carnotaurus is the main scary thing inside the ride, so I won't spoil it too much for you, but that's what they call the Carnotaurus that's kind of going after you throughout the ride. And now we'll take a look at the Cretaceous Trail, which features dinosaurs as well as plant life that may have existed during the Cretaceous period. It's a very relaxing trail to walk around right next to the dinosaur attraction. And there are a lot of activities here for kids, but it's still a lot of fun for adults as well, and it's kind of a relaxing walk. Here you can see a kids' play area, which looks like a lot of fun. You can slide down the dinosaur there. And this is what the trails themselves look like. And it's really neat the way they kind of make you feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere in the middle of Dinoland USA. There's even a sitting area back here in the back, next to what looks like a Triceratops. It's kind of hard to see. And here's the other part of the trail. And not too crowded back here most of the time, so it is a great place for a relaxing walk. And it's right next to Chester and Hester's, which we'll visit here in just a minute. And here we're coming into Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama. This is themed to match a roadside attraction which people used to find along Route 66. In fact, some of those attractions might still exist. And here's the Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Shop, which basically it's kind of cheesy and, you know, buy all this stuff, and a lot of it is just souvenir, gift, tourist trap type stuff, but that's the idea anyway. But inside the shop itself, of course, is the Disney and dinosaur merchandise that you'd expect, but it's themed after a roadside tourist trap type of an area. And you can see it's actually a decent sized shop. And by the way, if you follow the path right out of the dinosaur attraction itself, the ride, you'll end up in the shop, because as everybody knows, all good Disney rides need to end in a gift shop of some kind. And walking around the back here, there's a nice sign that tells you to come and visit the Dino Institute in Diggs County. So the idea is it's probably out in Arizona or New Mexico somewhere, again, along Route 66. It tells you to explore the Cretaceous Trail and the Boneyard Playground and all the things that actually exist here in Dinoland USA. And here's signs specifically for Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama. This whole Chester and Hester's area and the billboards themselves are themed after these roadside attractions that I talked about that are supposed to be intentionally gaudy a little bit and cheesy as well. And so I actually enjoy that myself. Some people don't like this area, but I think it's really cool. I think it's a nice departure from the seriousness of the rest of the park. And even there's a lot of little touches along the way, but we'll see those later. This is Primeval Whirl, which is the spinning roller coaster that is here in Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama. It's a great ride, but you do get beat up on it just a little bit. So if you don't like to get your shoulders smashed up against other people's, you may want to skip it, because you definitely will get your shoulders smashed up against other people's on this Primeval Whirl, as you see the entry sign from the dinosaur side of Dino-Rama here. And then this is the Triceratops Spin, which is basically just Dumbo, magic carpet, the whole thing, with dinosaurs instead of elephants. And here's Primeval Whirl on the other side again. And you can see again the theming is intentionally gaudy, which I think is pretty cool actually. I like the theming actually better than the ride itself. There's the other side of the Triceratops Spin. And besides the Triceratops Spin in the Primeval Whirl, there were also carnival type games here, which we'll check out in just a minute. And there are two sides to this particular ride. They're identical, and the reason for the two different sides is basically just to limit the wait times a little bit. Sometimes they'll only have one side running depending on how busy it is that day. And this is the front sign for the Triceratops spin, which is very much like what you'd see in a carnival. So this whole area, again, is like a roadside carnival and very well themed. And as we pan over here from the Triceratops spin, we'll start to see some of those carnival games, as well as the huge Brontosaurus that caps the end of the area here at Dino-Rama. It's another look at the other side of the Primeval World. It's the left side of the ride, and you can see the cars there spinning down the track. They don't spin at the very beginning. They only spin partway through the ride. The mechanism releases and the ride starts spinning. This is the Dinosaur Strongman game, where you can hit the big hammer on the target there and win a prize. And another look at the Primeval World, and panning over to the game next to that, which is Brontosaur. Here's a small place called the Dino Diner, and just some different types of snack food there at that restaurant. And looking back at where we came from, you can see another game here. There's even a face paint. And there's our Brontosaurus again. That Brontosaurus, by the way, used to be yellow. And I have, not really a stuffed animal, but it's like a rubber toy that looks exactly like that particular Brontosaurus. And it's yellow because that's the way the animal was originally painted. I think they painted it green to make it a little bit less bright and a little bit less gaudy maybe. But anyway, the green looks nice, but I also liked the yellow. So, and it's huge. You can walk underneath of it as you exit the area. And it's a great place to stand either in the rain or in the extreme bright Florida sun as well. There's a mock-up of what looks like a roadside sign that might point you towards the Dino-Rama. And again, you can see just how big this particular dinosaur sculpture is. It's even got little toenails. But he's a particular type of dinosaur that had lights on his underbelly. I'm not sure what period the dinosaurs had electric lights in their underbelly, but maybe that would be the Disney period. There's a sign that welcomes you to Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama from the other side. This is the side, by the way, that goes towards the Finding Nemo show. And I just wanted to show you this road that runs along the outside of the Dino-Rama. So it makes it look like you are driving on some type of a road, and there's signs telling you, oh, there's a roadside attraction 150 feet, and they're telling you should come along. There's even a speed limit sign up ahead you can see, and a curve sign. So Disney's done a great job of theming this area like what you'd expect a road to look like, and then the roadside attraction. And I don't know if we saw it earlier in the video or not, but the actual Dino-Rama area is themed to look like a parking lot. So it looks like somebody just set it up, a carnival in a parking lot there. There's the sign for Fictitious Road, Diggs County, 498. And this is looking from that same road down to the main dinosaur area store that we saw earlier. Well, that about does it for this video, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a comment and subscribe. This is the bridge that leads you back to Dinoland USA. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, everyone. Bye-bye.